And if we ask the stars what they mean, what would they say back to us? Welcome. You want to go on a card journey today? Give me some of your time, and I'll give you some of your story. Well, let's see what the cards say. Hey, this is Sagittarius. Welcome to Koi Plays Tarot. My name is Koi, and I'm going to be your tarot card reader for today. As a set of quick announcements, please be sure to like, comment, subscribe, and hit the notification button. That way, when uploads are made, you can see what the stars are trying to say to you. Also, if interested, individual reads are back up and open. Either message or email me directly. Link is on main, and we'll set it up, okay? So, Sag, welcome to 2026. These reads right now are being done under the full moon, and I like to see what everybody is up to. Your boy's back at it, baby. And because of that, we're doing what I like to coin as being the all anew read. Not something because it's a new month, it's a new year, it's new everything going on. And that is represented by all of the aces and the fool. Aces of each element, water, earth, fire, and air, cups, pentacles, wands, and swords, respectively, trying to see new ideas, new feelings, new ventures, and what we really want to start new journeys on, right? So as a preamble to this read, Sag, take what resonates, leave what doesn't, but don't always be so willing to reverse. At times, if it gets difficult, understand that I, as your tarot card reader, I'm not here to misguide you or mislead you. Trust me, I'm working with 12 signs. I ain't got the time for any of that, okay? Instead, we lay our cards out all on the table. And good or bad, come rain or sunshine, we talk about it. Because at the end of the day, tarot is a conversation, just an energetic one. Yeah. So follow along with me in your read today, Sagittarius. Your all anew read, 2026. I want to start it off right. And yeah, let's see what the cards say. We're going to start over here with your Ace of Cups. I hope that the audio is a lot more crisp. I love my new microphone, and I want to see what comes of it. So let's start over here with your Ace of Cups. Show us the cards over me and see, please, for the Sag Collective. Emotional depths and adventures. Okay, well, okay, I just want to know why that's under the Ace of Cups. The Three of Swords. Okay. Why are we finding fulfillment with that? King of Wands. Okay, that makes more sense. And the Three of Cups. A dynamic between you and another person. I'm not going to automatically assume this is a lover's interest, Sagittarius, but to call a spade, a dynamic between you and another person did not at all work out in the direction that you originally wanted it to. And while you may still be in proximity to this person, or you may be coming to a reunion with this person in a very quick time frame, you're saying, I'm going to do right for and by it, right? If that means that we're not cool anymore, cool. How about I have my priorities in order? If we're not okay with this anymore, does that mean I have to hate you? No, but I got to love me. So what does that look like, right? We're trying to curve, resentment, hatred, all very aggressive and externalizing feelings. And we're trying to say, by the time we see each other again, listen, no harm, no foul, but I got a life to live, right? That King of Wands is trying to look at both these threes, both heartbreak and reunion, and say, what about me? And so my fulfillment is going beyond this framework of hinging upon your approval, hinging upon this idea that, this is the most valuable thing that could ever happen to me. No, what happens if my fulfillment comes from within, regardless of how you feel, regardless of where this ended, and regardless of if we see each other again, how am I going to be okay with me? Those are big internal questions to ask, Sagittarius. So it's very interesting space that you're in right now. But it's good that we ask questions with our new beginnings, right? So the Ace of Pentacles, show us cards we need to see, please, for Sag. In this read today, what do we need to see, please? Three of Wands. Okay. Page of Swords. And what goes along with that? The Fool. There we go. Because new opportunities are not just theory, they're practice. But I'll be right for it when it shows itself to me. right? The Three of Wands, hey, if I can be emotionally okay enough to give myself resolve, right? To give myself closure. When I give myself closure and whatever happens with this other scenario, I am able to be open to new things, better things for me in combination with me, right? I'll know that it's right for me because I'm right for me. That Ace of Pentacles now, hey, I'll know it when I see it, but when it does happen, I'm not going to harp on the past. I just want it to be right for me. So a new opportunity, we go for it. Good for you. Ace of Wands. Show us cards we need to see, please, for the Sag Collective. I mean, great, but it didn't hit the table. The way that I treat the reads is that if it did not hit the table, I do not take it. So unless that same exact card flies out, which was a very good card, and these cards didn't hit either, although, yeah, that makes sense given the context. Unless they actually hit the table, I'll take that. Six of Swords. Okay. And what goes along with that Six of Swords? Why are we so embracing of moving forward and moving on finally? What cards can you see, please, with Sagittarius Collective? Three of Pentacles. Okay. Maybe it starts with friend. Okay, good foundations, good foundations. Yeah, you're definitely moving on from a situation that did not work out. That's Sag I'm talking to today. Reason being is because under your home element of fire, your Ace of Wands, I'm up, I'm ready, let's do this. Six of Swords, I'm moving forward. Now that I'm moving, I'm going through intentional planning. I'm separating from whatever this dynamic was. What does that look like? Friendship, intimacy. I need the building blocks to a good relationship. I don't need it to be picture perfect immediately. There is a good framework to have, Sag, because you're finally saying, I'm not harping on this. I'm actually trying to make space for you for new. Now, what does that look like, right? Regardless of how this ended out over here, I want to be okay with what's coming up. And that means at a base level, we cannot be in conflict and we should be contributing to each other's lives in some way, shape, or form. That's how it has to be. If we don't have the basics, we don't have anything. I want a mansion, but right now I need the structure of the floor. I need the building blocks to be set right. Good for you. That's really nice. It is. And so last, to the Ace of Swords, show us the cards that we need to see, please, for Sagittarius. Of truth, conclusions, and just new insights had. Temperance. Okay, we're going to be cool with it. We're going to be okay with it. How so? Tower. Okay. Well, what's going to come crashing into your life? And the Eight of Cups. Okay. That makes sense. There will be a breaking point with whatever this former connection was, at least with the Sagittarius I'm talking to, because by this point, it either hits or it doesn't, right? There's going to be an absolute breaking point where you realize this cannot be salvaged between you and whoever this past connection was. I'm not saying necessarily I'm seeing a new person here, at least immediately just yet. But what I'm saying is there's going to come a breaking point where you realize this is untouchable, unmesswithable. Like I cannot be around this anymore. And then finally I give myself closure and I walk away. That's the only way I can heal. The only way I can be better for me, by me. Temperance coming out there, but more so with the intentionality you had underneath your fire, Sag. I want the building blocks of something better. So I'm going to let you light this dumpster fire because we tried to work on it before. It didn't work out. Boom. Now everything's up in flames. And this time I'm going to let it burn. There's nothing for me to try to salvage here. Underneath it all, the Magician. Trying to bring forth the new by your hand and by your choice. I like that for you. Next, can we get one underneath each element? Show us cards that we need to see, please. One card pull underneath every single one, starting with that Ace of Cups. Six of Cups. Yeah. Whatever this connection was to you, Sag, this person meant a lot to you. However, there's a difference between who we wanted to be versus who we actually are. I'm trying to build something brand new here. I gotta be okay with letting this go in whatever direction it needs to. To the Ace of Pentacles. Temperance. Yeah. I'm gonna be right for me first. And maybe healing doesn't look like having somebody else fix me. Maybe that looks like me being right to fix myself, and therefore everything else can play out as it should. To the Ace of Wands, Two of Wands. Okay, my intentionality. I'm moving on from this. I want to make sure I'm viewing this person, whoever these new connections are, these new people, etc. I'm viewing them through the proper lens. Not compare them to this past person, but saying, do we have something that can be worked on here? And next, to the Ace of Swords, Six of Pentacles. Yeah, something that was invested into for so long can no longer be touched. That's the truth that I come to. And so I either keep investing into something that I know will not work, or I move on with life. I want to see what life has to offer. I will move on quicker. Underneath it all, King of Cups. Good. Now I'm emotionally engaging myself. I'm going to withdraw myself from certain arguments. I'm not doing this anymore. I'm going to do what's right for me. I'm going to put me first. What does that look like? Resolution is a move towards cards of resolution. First, find major arcana, show the card table in this read. We will now look at, where was it? We started out, the Fool. There we go. Start out with that Fool. What of new journeys had you so excited and ready, Sag? Two of Pentacles. And can we make it balance out? Can we make it happen? Well, we'll see when we get there. But I have to be willing to try and try again. Now, that doesn't mean I'm doing it hopelessly. It means I'm coming from a completely different angle with it, right? Let me try out this new version of being instead of just like here's an example, because unfortunately social media therapy has become so unbelievably popular instead of people actually going to it. But hey, here we are, right? Instead of just sharing all these posts from these therapists or from these licensed professionals, et cetera, from these people that you think that's a good idea, you finally go to therapy, right? Instead of, you see how that's a different modality, right? And I'm not saying anything's wrong with you, Sag, because there's nothing wrong with feeling this way. And if you need to go to therapy because of the scenario, hey, there's nothing wrong with that either. Trust me, as someone who's been in therapy, right? It helps a lot. And to want to be ready for new beginnings, we're going to try to be that version of us that's ready for it. And that's a great commitment to have. To Temperance, Eight of Swords. Right now, we don't know if we're going to be in a healing space, but we don't know because we haven't been there. So underneath that Tower, Queen of Swords, yeah. You're not at that stage with this person yet, but you're very much reaching it. And when this dynamic with a past person, when it falls apart, and trust me, it will spectacularly, you'll be able to say without a shadow of a doubt, this chapter is closed. To Temperance in the third, Seven of Wands. Okay. There's the difference between thinking about it and actually being it. You're getting there, Sag. Be kind to yourself. But we're so guarded, trying to hold on to what was, we're not allowing the new to come in. It is very much on the horizon, right? Three of Wands right there. It's coming up very soon. The reason that we're not ready for it is because we're not allowing ourselves to be fully present for it. That's just where it is sometimes. And to the Fool, King of Pentacles. Okay. So we know what the good new investment looks like. The Hermit, healing the self from within, trusting our guidance, trusting our wisdom, trusting whatever was meant to be, and that I have the capacity to change. And lastly, the Queen of Cups. Not at all unlovable. In fact, very lovely. Underneath it all, Six of Cups. And wanting to be ready for whatever new story I'm going to be sharing with somebody else. Let me be right for me. And I'll be right for them too. What do I see upon this read, Sag? I'm looking at somebody who's detaching and trying to form, but more so trying to detach. First and foremost, you're getting away from one connection that's going to prove itself very soon to be absolutely untouchable. And from there, start to heal, start to get better, start to try new things, meet new people, and overall start to realize that maybe I could have done this the whole time. You'll get there eventually. Is it that right now? No, but you will get there. And from what I'm seeing, Sagittarius, you're going through the steps right now. Even if they're small, they're good. So keep going, keep trying. Eventually, you'll get somewhere. May not be there immediately, but you're closer than you were yesterday. That's all I got in your read today, Sag. I hope this conversation helped. And yeah, these things are hard to disconnect from, but I find it very good of what you're saying you want to connect to. Let's focus on that now. Happy 2026. Let's do this right, okay? See you around.